Good morning, this is Robert Radford with 50 Years of Chess. I want to bring to you today someone who's very well known in the southwest of England, certainly in Bristol more so, and his name is Tyson Mordue. He's a Federation Master now, but I think it was 2008 he got his title. I played him in this game in 2006, so he wasn't a Federation Master yet, but he's playing like one. So I'm going to show you the game. It was in a Congress, open Congress, and it was on the 31st of March that year. So I was white and I opened with d4. Tyson played knight f6, and he's going into a King's Indian, which is one of his main lines that he plays with black against what I'm playing, and I'm also going in to how to play against it. Now we've reached a stage here where before I can get a3 and b4, because I chose to play the locked centre, he's played a5, preparing knight c5, so that it's very difficult to dislodge the knight. So already I'm not able to play the bayonet attack, which is the line I usually like to play. So he's one step ahead of me there already. Very nice knight on c5. Bishop g5. I exchanged because he's double threat on my e pawn, and I wanted to stop that. Bishop takes. Also, by playing bishop takes, it now gives me a chance to reroute my knight to e1 to d3 to challenge his knight, and it takes him 2 moves to get his bishop out of the way, so he can throw in f5, which is the normal procedure for black in the King's Indian attack on the white's king side. There you go. In comes f5, and off goes the knight. So I've got a 0+1 advantage at the moment, but that's so minimal it's worth not mentioning really. It's probably because I'm white. So we continued with, I played queen e2, and he pushed on to f5, which is normal, but the problem here is he's going to throw all those pawns down at me. It's going to be difficult, very difficult. He stopped me from going queen to e3 to try and put some pressure on that c pawn, that doubled one. So I brought my rook on a1 to d1. He's played his rook up to a6. That looks a bit, how shall I say, mysterious, but it's not, because he's not going to play rook b6. He's going to double up his rooks, connect them both, and really come at me on that king side. It's all very predictable, but it's not always easy to stop. This is the problem. And I just made a terrible blunder. I played queen d2, and I've completely forgot he can play f3 and lock in my bishop. Oh damn. Well, you could say it's game over already, but I've got to keep going. I've got to. So he's doubled up his rooks. I brought my other rook into e1. Here comes that pawn. Up goes the rook to try and rescue my bishop's plight, but it's too late because he's locked it in shut. My bishop is now buried, dead and buried at the moment. So I've gone knight b5, and he's gone b6. Now, if I play rook d3, I've got a lot of power on this d line, but I decided to go queen to c3 because I thought I might just be able to nick that e pawn. But to my horror, I just realised even if I were able to take it, he would move his rook to g6, And it's not about taking a B pawn with his bishop, but what am I going to do with my queen? I only have one square, h5. But if he's gone rook g6, when I go queen h5, he's got rook g5. And bye-bye queen. Cheap sell-off for a rook. So I realised I shouldn't have done that. And he's brought up the other rook, which is proving that's what he's trying to do. That confirms it for me. Otherwise, he would have just moved his rook away to protect the pawn. So I played the rook into d3. And he's blocking it because he sees it is quite serious. But should he be giving up a rook for a knight? Probably not, but he does have one thing that favours him to do this, and that is my blocked in bishop on a8, and this probably is a factor into why he played rook d6. Knight takes rook, queen takes, bishop takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. So I've broken out with my bishop for 2 pawns, and if I could just play on with queen and 2 rooks against the rook and 2 bishops and queen, I'd have a bit of a chance. But then he's got this move, bishop g4. Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it? Because I was doing okay, but that's because he's a good player and knows what he's doing. So rook takes rook, bishop takes, rook takes bishop, king takes, and I bring my pawn up to f4 with a sneaky move. He can't take it because it's the pawn is pinned to his king, so this guarantees I'll get a passed pawn on f5, and so that encouraged me to carry on. He's moved his king up. Now he's moved his queen across. So up goes my pawn and back goes his king. Now, there's little I can do at the moment, but I do have 2 passed pawns and he's going to have to contend with them before this game's over. Queen d2, bishop a4, not h5. Okay. Queen c3, keeping him on that pawn. Bishop back. His queen's not going anywhere at the moment. King up. Now he's rerouting his king. He wants to race across to d6, obviously, so that he takes care of one passed pawn, and that helps him. And I carry on pushing my pawns as fast as I can. Now, he would like to have played queen g5 next move, probably, but now his king's in the way, but of course he will lose his e-pawn. So he's got to get his king covering there first. So, pawn up, pawn up. Pawn takes on d5, and I retake with the d-pawn. Now, I'm not going to be able to stop him getting his king in there, which is a shame. Just try to put some pressure on there. No, I'll come back, and his king is where he wanted it to be. So there we are. It's very difficult for me. Though, believe it or not, according to Stockfish, I am winning. Yes, 0.6 in favour to me. Now I've gone up to 0.9 because of my passed pawns. I didn't realise I was winning this game. I thought I was always losing, but Stockfish has shown me otherwise. Queen c3, f3. The queen on f3 prevents queen h1. But he's pushing on his side, which has reduced it now to equals. We're equal now. Despite the bishop is not in the game at this time. So the computer realises that, and is only going to come into play if there are open squares, or if he chooses to sack a bishop for a white pawn at any stage. So here I played b4. It's not just giving him a pawn, but to break it up so I can try and get my queen in there somewhere to attack him. Pawn takes pawn. Queen e3, threatening queen b6, which he's got to do something about. which he does. You attend to it, and while his queen is defending, I got to keep pushing. G6, B3, pawn takes, and here I have a 2.1 advantage, 2.3, and now it says 0.30 advantage. I am winning. Yes, I am. But I don't understand I'm winning because I don't do what I should do, which is queen takes b3. Instead, I played king f4, g4, which now put us right back to equal again. What an idiot. So he's given me another chance by pushing the b pawn on. Instead of b2, he's played b4. And I got a 3.5 advantage again. And what do? I push my g pawn on, and I'm back to 0-0 with him again. We're both giving each other opportunities here when one of us should have locked this up. Now he's pushed his pawn to b2 and we're 0-0 still. I've gone to queen h6, and this is bad because he's now got a 1.9 advantage. Clearly, not taking the pawn on the b side was wrong, because had I done so, threatening his other pawn on b4, he would have to have come over and done something about that with his queen, but instead he's covering the back rank. And now he's going to queen in a moment. I've checked him, so he's gone king f7, king c7. Let's see how many times that king goes there. And now it's -3 to me, to Tyson, so he's winning now, clearly. He queens, I play queen takes queen, king takes queen, and I queen. But I'm still 3.1 down. It's lost now. It's showing me lost now. He plays king f7. That's twice he's gone there. e6 to open up. He takes queen d5. King c7 again. That's the third time. So that's perhaps a record in itself. How many times does a king go to c7 in a game in 3 or 4 consecutive moves? So I take that pawn, and I'm back to 0.03. So my game's improved again now, but not enough at the moment. I played a wrong move here. I should probably have checked him on d5. But I went queen e7, pinning the bishop, and it's 0.5 to Tyson again after I got it back. He protects it with a check, and he's able to come up with a check so he can push the pawn on again, which he does. And now it's massively over now. It's 0.35 to Tyson. It's game over. I should have probably resigned. 96. Now I've reduced it to 17. Now it's 15 to Tyson. Now it's 7 to Tyson. Now it's 6 to Tyson. Now it's 1 to Tyson, which is one move mate. Right, I've been talking about mates here. So there you go. Queen b2, checkmate. Now, have you noticed there has been 6 queens involved in this match? The 2 that came off on the back rank just now, and we both promoted to 2 more queens. I've never been in a game with 6 queens involved in a match. I don't know if Tyson has, but okay, I lost. He beat me fair and square, and so he showed he's stronger than me. But I'm pleased to think that I gave him a game. I gave him a game, and we went to 62 moves, which isn't bad. I think I tired him out a little bit for his next game after this. But he is a very strong player. Like I said, he became an FM, Federation Master, just 2 years later. So he was improving even then. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this game as much as I did showing you it. Thank you. See you soon.